Ah, summertime. Welcome back to Down to Earth. Well, it seems like I hardly get through a show without mentioning shredded mulch. And that's because this stuff is so important to good gardening, especially in Southern California. Not only does it suppress weeds, insulate the soil, make your plants healthier, it also enriches the soil, but most importantly, it conserves water. A nice 2 to 3 inch layer of mulch in your beds will conserve a lot of water. And anyone that's had an unmulched garden who puts down 2 to 3 inches of mulch will tell you it's made a dramatic difference in their garden and the amount of water they save when they're gardening. Now, when you go to the home improvement store, mulch can cost about $4 a bag or so. And if you've got a good-sized garden, that can really start adding up. Now, what if I told you there was a place you could go in San Diego where they make mulch and the mulch is free for the taking? Earlier in the day, we took a trip. Let's go to this magical place. It all started this morning. I just wanted a little more light right outside my office, so I had the guys prune the Dombay. And I don't know about you, but this heat makes things grow like crazy. We ended up with a giant pile of debris. So that meant I was going to be filling up my truck.
All the hard work, nobody understands the suffering. Watch it, man.
Now, all of this debris is where your mulch comes from. Now, if I had a chipper, I could take all of this and make my own mulch. But there's a place in San Diego where you can bring all of this stuff and they do the composting for you. Hey guys, let's hurry up. I'm letting all the cold air out.
Air conditioning.
Shotgun.
So where is this magical place? Well, some of you might be a little disappointed because this place I'm taking you is called the dump. Now, they're a little sensitive about that word and they prefer to be called the Miramar landfill. And the place we're taking our greens specifically is called the greenery. It's a separate department here at the landfill and they have this down to a science. This place really is magical. Here we are, ready to unload, and surprise, surprise, we're joined by Jennifer Ott, who, Jennifer, you're in charge of environmental services, but you don't look like you're ready to help us unload. What's the story here?
No, I'm not, but I'd be happy to tell you about the Miramar Greenery. About 100,000 tons of material come in here every year and get processed. Then they get sold to the customers and are given away to be used as erosion control, weed suppressant on yards, gardens, and
Right, we talk about that all the time, how important it is to put mulch down and how important it is to add compost.
Yep, and recycling is important to San Diego for a couple of reasons. One of them is we're under state mandate to reduce the waste that we dispose of by 50%. So right now we're at 52%, which is great.
That's really good.
We need to keep up our efforts and keep recycling as much as we can. The other thing is we're at Miramar Landfill. It's scheduled to close in 2012. Then what? So the more we can increase the life of Miramar Landfill, the better off we are.
So the more green we get here as opposed to there, the better.
Exactly.
All right, that's great. Well, the truck's all unloaded and we're ready to go get some mulch. So thanks for talking to me about all this.
Thank
It's
you.
great to learn about the greenery here.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks a lot. The first thing that happens after we drop our greens out of our truck is a big machine takes it, drops it into a grinder, and the grinder chops everything up into little tiny bits. And that's the beginning of the process of making mulch. And that's what we're here for. All right, all of that green stuff we just dropped off, in 15 days, it'll be turned into this stuff, mulch. And over here we've got Dana. Now Dana, good to meet you. You look like you work here. What's the story with the mulch?
Yes, sir. I'm a supervisor here at the Miramar Landfill Greenery, and the mulch here is free to everybody that wants to come in and get a load, and we will load it for you.
And this is the stuff that's gold for gardening, erosion, controlling moisture conservation, everything, right?
That is correct, sir.
Right. And has this been a popular program? Has this been successful in San Diego?
It's been very successful over the last several years. We've cleaned it up quite considerably in the last 7 years, and people really appreciate what we're doing for them, and we want to help them back.
Yeah, and it seems like free is a good price.
Free is a really good price.
Yeah, no, that's great.
So would you like me to show you how this process goes?
Yeah, I really would like to see it.
Well,
Let's go take a
go
look.
on over here.
All right. If you want to come to the greenery here and pick up some mulch, all you have to do is bring an empty truck and they'll go ahead and load it for free with this front end loader. It could not be easier. Don't forget though, if you load it into your truck, to bring a tarp, because it's the law that this needs to be covered and this stuff is very dusty when it gets loaded in the truck. You don't want this going all over the freeway. Now, if you don't have a truck, you can always bring a couple of trash cans, put it in your van, your trunk, whatever. The important thing is to get some of this mulch and bring it into your garden. So Dana, after all that green waste we dropped off is put through that grinder, it comes over here and explain this process.
Well, after it's gone through the grinding process, we take the 657E scrapers and we build these windrows, and they range anywhere from 700 to 900 cubic yards apiece. And it takes 15 days to process it with our thermophilic cell that we work with, 130 degrees to 160 degrees, to cook the mulch. And that's about how long it takes for mulch. Now, if we're going to do compost, we add an additional 60 days, and that breaks the process down.
So it's sort of like home composting, but speeded up incredibly fast. Because now you're turning this how often?
We turn it every 3 days. We water it every day, and we take temperatures on it every day.
Right, because temperature is really important because that kills off all the bad stuff, right?
That's correct, sir.
Now, Dana, the mulch we were just looking at, that's what landscapers use on top of the soil, but I've noticed this is compost. Now, how do you get from there to here?
Well, the process that we use is in this trommel screen here.
All right, that's this big machine here?
This is the big green machine here, and it takes that material that we usually make the 3 to 5 inch, and we process it down to a 1/2 inch product.
So basically it just chops it down smaller.
Correct. And this is more of a soil amendment, not so much a erosion
All right, so
control.
this is the stuff that you mix in with your soil when you're planting that's just gold to make plants grow.
Correct.
Right. Now, I know some people have concerns over the mulch here at the landfill, over how safe it is. Now, you guys have taken all that into consideration here?
Yes, sir, we have. We have a laboratory that tests all of our materials out here. We test for fecal, we test for salmonella, salinity, metals, and MPNs. We have a lab that just works with us on that all the time. So we have several tests that we're doing on.
Oh, that's great. No, I've used this stuff before and had great results with it. Well, Dana, it's been very educational. Thanks for taking us around and showing all this stuff. I think it's been very informative.
Thank you.
All right.
Come back and see us.
Well, I've been to your gardens and I know you guys need mulch, so come on down to the greenery. It's located in the Miramar landfill, just off Highway 52 at Convoy Street in San Diego. It's open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., Saturday, Sunday, 7:30 to 4:30. For more information, give them a call at their fee booth, 858-492-6100, or go to the web and search for Miramar Greenery. Pretty amazing that you can take this green garden waste and turn it into rich compost in 60 days. If your garden's not looking good, you probably need to head out there and pick some up. Kudos to Dana and his crew out there for doing an awesome job.